One thing I wanted to point out, the reason there's space in between these, the red lines, orange lines, and the yellow lines, and the green lines, or the purple ones, I should say, is because
That's sunrise. This is the diagonal component, or the horizontal component of the sun when it rises. So let's watch the sun rise here. Let's see. When the sun's rising, okay, let's just watch a sunrise. Any sunrise, doesn't matter. If I point at the sun, it might be better. Okay, hold on, where are we at? Give me a date. Come on, sun. Where's the sun? This isn't working. Ah, there's the sun. Okay, so as the sun's rising, you can see it goes diagonally. It has a horizontal component to it too. See, it's moving off to the right as it goes up. Okay, so here it's about 90 degrees, and before it started at about 70 in this particular example. So we can see that it goes at a diagonal. I'm going to do it this way so it's kind of dim it down. It goes off to the side. So in 1 minute's time, it has a vertical component and a horizontal component. And that changes if you're standing here lining up where the sun is. Okay. Now, actuality, when my dream happened, this isn't. Well, let me go back to when my dream was. It was October 15th. No, it was 2016. October 15th. At 4:44 a.m. Okay, where's the sun? Obviously, there's no sun. Okay, you can't see the sun. And I'm going to pause it here. But if I take the land off, there's sun's down here. Okay, that's where the sun is. So from my perspective of my home, and if I were to be able to look around the earth, the curvature of the earth, below the horizon, the sun would be down there. Okay, and it will move in a minute's time a little bit to the right. Okay, let's make this 0. Okay, so there's the sun, and in a minute's time it's going to have a horizontal and a vertical component to it because it's going up at a diagonal. See what I mean? Okay, so that horizontal component is what's causing the distance between these lines. Now, from my perspective, the sun's, how do I do this? Oh, I need my mouse. I am so stupid for doing this without a mouse right now. I gotta get my mouse hooked up. I think I let the computer right now. But from my perspective, in my house, okay, let's see if I can do it this way. No, of course not. Well, you get the idea. Okay, so from my perspective, the sun's going to come up at a diagonal like this. Now, if I was down here on the equator, somewhere down here, it'd be coming out straight up, or wherever the sun is, maybe the Tropic of Cancer or Capricorn, but depending on the time of the year, in the tropics, it would be coming up straight up at one point of the year. But for me, it was, I can't even get it to work right now. Come on. Oh, it's just driving me nuts. So sorry, but you can get the idea. There's a horizontal component, and that's what's causing the distance between those lines. And the red ones were the 13th, the orange was the 14th, 15th was the yellow when I had the date. And I'm just showing you in a week's time, or 5 days time, this is how much it's changed. But this is for the 444 to 445. So the width of the red from those two lines in the red, that's 1 minute. and the 2 lines oranges a minute. Okay, so this the red is on the 13th, from 444 to 445. That's the horizontal change. The orange on the 14th is the 14th horizontal change. The yellow, I have some other lines in there to make it a little confusing, but the outside ones are 444 to 444 to 445 on the 15th. On the 16th, it's the green ones. 17th, it's the purple ones, or blue, or whatever color that is. Okay. So now we'll get back. Okay, I was having problems there with the mouse. So let's zoom back out and see how long the distance is. And so we had 12. Come on, I said zoom out, not zoom in. Alright, so there's the red line between 4:44 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. It was about 12.4 miles long. But, and you see that's a small window when you're comparing it to the planet. Okay, and how far away I am over here. Alright, to my house. It also corresponds to the eclipse and things like that, so it's crazy. Okay, so let's try to get in here. I'm so sorry that this is so... Mouse. I need to get my stupid mouse. I believe I'm doing this without a mouse. So this is my home. Yes, I'm showing everybody where I live. Alright. Now I don't even have the blue line anymore, so I'm not showing you where I live. Okay, forget it. But the blue line in the middle, it was 5,000 miles long. 6,000 miles. Let's just go back over there. So you can see a 12-mile rate. 12 mile is very accurate. You see the yellow lines in there? That's what we're talking about. That's how close the sun had to be lined up. And it was where the red lines were 2 days before, the orange lines 1 day before, then the yellow lines on the date that I had the dream, then the green lines, there's a green in there, and then purple was 2 days after that. Yeah. So I want to get that one blue line that's in the middle there, though. And I'll just show you again how long that is. This guy here is how long it is from the contact point to my house. And it is 5,924 miles. Okay, so that's highly accurate. Okay, so that's the first contact point. Alright, and then we have an alignment with Istanbul, Turkey on the other side, with also Florida, and at the exact same moment this is happening, Hurricane Irma is making landfall on Naples, Florida at the exact moment. I did a video on that. Okay, and this all I'd already done this work here before Hurricane Irma ever showed up. It was just a nice little bonus. Okay, so what's up with Istanbul, Turkey? It's exactly solar noon when it lines up with Istanbul, Turkey. Okay, remember I talked about solar noon at 1:11 with Dominique? Okay. Why do I think it's significant that there's solar noon? Because I have to explain to her a 1:11 on her video. Because I have to talk to her about this someday. What are Muslims doing? They're praying at solar noon. They have to pray at exactly solar noon. They can't do it at noon, like 12 o'clock or 12:01. I mean, it has to be solar noon. And solar noon on that date was 1:11. This is a Roman symbol, by the way, even though it looks like it's a Muslim one. That's a symbol for Istanbul, which used to be Constantinople. That was the symbol for the city. It was adopted by Islam, and it's basically kind of saying they're the new Romans. This hooks into the prophecy of iron mixed with clay. A whole bunch of things going on here. Okay, and this is when they the Shia Muslims this also happened on the day of Saturday night just happened to be Eid al-Gadir, which is a Muslim holiday for the Shia Muslims, that doesn't happen at that time every year. It can be any day of the year, depending on the cycles of the moon. So the fact that it hit September 9th, 2017, with this alignment at solar noon is amazing, because it talks about the successor to Muhammad in that celebration. Why is that important? Because I think that's going to be your Antichrist. Okay, the red dragon, Revelation 12. Turkey's red. Okay, they have a red flag, etc., etc., etc. Okay, I can get into that, and they're hooking up with the Pope and blah, 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 blah. And the Pope thinks the Quran and the Bible are the same. Okay, whatever. And he's kissing the Quran. There's the Pope blessing the Quran. Alright, and again, all this stuff, this kind of shows you a different way of looking at the alignment. The red circle is the alignment. The contact point was down here, and as the Earth moved through it, it's kind of like a circle that goes around the Earth and then comes back to a point when it gets to the other side. There was Istanbul, Turkey, when it hit Naples, Florida. Why was Istanbul, Turkey important? Because it was exactly at solar noon at that time. Now, solar noon is going by as the Earth spins, as the Earth rotates. At the equator, it's rotating at 1,038 miles per hour. At this latitude up here, it's 783 miles per hour. If you're standing at the North Pole, it's 0. If you're standing at the South Pole, it's 0. So this is how fast you're traveling as the Earth rotates. So that's how fast solar noon's going around the Earth. Now the red line is the alignment of Jupiter and Spica and Hezi going across the Earth at 22 miles per second, or 79,000 miles an hour. So what you have here is two alignments. The alignment of the red line that's going across the Earth at 79,000 miles an hour. The alignment of this yellow line, I got two of them here because it's probably represents the minute or something that this is happening in, is going by at 783 miles an hour. And both converge, so the solar noon line is the yellow one, both converge on Istanbul, Turkey at the exact same point. The fact that it even hits a city is amazing. Now, how do I explain this? How long does it take a jet to fly across your city when it's doing Mach 1? Not very long. But that's the slow part. That's only doing 760 miles an hour, okay? Or 783 miles an hour here. The fast part was the one going by at 22,000 or 79,000 miles an hour, which is the red line. It only takes a couple seconds for it to get across. It takes 6 minutes for it to get across the whole Earth. So just a couple seconds to get across a city like Istanbul, Turkey. And for that to all line up, and a prophecy that it hasn't happened since time of Adam and Eve, that's happening on Yom Teruah, that's happening on the spring equinox, is a miracle. Especially when Asia Minor, in Book of Revelation, talks about one of the churches in Asia Minor is considered to be the throne of Satan. There's a lot going on here to talk about, but this is an amazing alignment. And I have to be able to explain this someday to Three Before Joy. If it is true and all these theories can work out, it might be the reason why I'm getting a dream for them to stand before the Son of Man at 4:44 a.m. That's lining up with this location in the sun and the moon and the stars. Do you think that I could arrange all this? No. I'm not going to be able to put the sun and the moon and the stars and everything in the right spot so I can have a dream at 4:44 in the a.m. And 4:44 equals Jesus in English and gematria, and the Son of Man, man is 444. You think I can do all that and make it up? If you do, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're absolutely nuts. I'm not making this up. This is a miracle. This is Istanbul, Turkey. I was getting into some stuff about Charleston, South Carolina because of the eclipse, but whatever. That's all different stuff. I've got a big mess here of stuff to talk about some other time, but whatever. But all right. Okay, I think I'll try to end this video now. And I'll end it with this, kind of giving you, and you might see your birthday encoded here, Yanni, and of course we have 44 seconds between her first holding up her video. Dominique held her phone up at 111 and then again at 114, and she was even pointing at it. And it's 40, and the video was started, she held it up at 5 minutes and 30 seconds into her video at 111. And then at 6 minutes 14 seconds she holds it up at 114. That's because she edited it. You know, so obviously 3 minutes between 111 and 114, and she edited it down when she was in post-production, and it ended up being 44 seconds, and she had no idea. That's significant because I passed the 44th road marker on January 10th. It was January 11th, 111th in Jerusalem at the time. And that's significant because I passed the 44th road marker at 777.7 miles after I did a long trip, and it took me 4.4 seconds. Oh, it was 440 when it happened, so 44, and I ended up recording it. And if you saw the whole thing, you'd have to just see that. Oh my gosh, it was a significant event that happened to me where God was speaking to me through another set of circumstances. Some would call it coincidences. A lot to talk about there. I can't get into that one now. It was a major turning point for me, and it happened exactly 7,777 days after the turning point for Yanni with his Live at the Acropolis concert on September 25th, 1993. It was exactly 7,777 days after that. So it was a turning point for him and a turning point for me. And when he came to Reno, he came on the 24th anniversary. He came also on a different tour when I actually got to meet him. But the latest one he did, when he wrote the song Dreams Come True, which I just saw at the beginning of the video, I showed you at the beginning of the video with his YouTube video thing. And you saw the 114, originally it was 33,114 views when I saw the first time there, when I started the video. Later it was like 50,000. But that 114, you can see where that's important to me. Anyways, it happened on January 10th, which was 1,111 days before my 44th birthday. Can't explain it all. There's so much to go through. And this 44-second thing's amazing. So there's a lot going on here that I'm seeing happening. And Dominique and Claudia and Heather won't listen to me. So, and then I get a lot of other numbers between them and Yanni. And so I'm going to go through all that eventually someday. But you're kind of getting the gist of what's going on here. And when I saw at 4:44 a.m. when I had that dream, after God just told me 3-4 Joey stand in front of the Son of Man, it was absolutely shocking. And I kind of put a video together I made a long time ago to kind of show the emotion involved. And we'll see if it plays. So let's give it a try.
And so, what are these signs going to be? Are they going to? How significant are they going to be? So I think it's important to realize it is important to be looking at the stars and the sun and the moon and watching what they're doing. He said, watch and pray that you may be counted worthy to escape all these things that are about to pass through the earth and all that. So I don't have those scripture references exactly off my head. I think that's
And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
Okay, I want to share something with you three about this 444 thing. So, I thought this video went somewhere else. This is more of an extension of what's going on. Okay, we'll do that. We'll look at this, I guess. Oh my goodness. It's 1:11 in the video. Okay, let's check it out. I had a dream, and let's just look at it here. Okay, so now we have 3 Before Joy here. Okay, this is one of their videos. This is one of 3 Before Joy's videos. I didn't make this video here. I didn't put this graphic on here or anything. And this video is 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And the fact that she's running away at 7 seconds is very indicative of how things have been going. Anyways, so what's really interesting is with that scripture I just talked about, I had a dream of Luke 21, 34, 36. And the reason I showed you your video there was because, well, you'll see I took clips of it and put it into this. Okay, so in my dream, verse 36 was really hitting me pretty hard here. I'm going to go to this so you can see it better. Okay, where it says, "Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things, and these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man." So in my dream, this part right here, and to stand before the Son of Man, was like in my mind. Of course, I didn't have any pictures or anything. I just had these words in my mind. Okay, these words right here. And it was off to my left in white letters, in the air. When I say in my mind, it was like there it was. I saw it in the dream. And then I had your name, 3 Before Joy, in my mind, and it started coming together like this: 3 Before Joy, stand before the Son of Man. This isn't a good example. Okay. This, the first example I showed you with the dark room, with the coming down and everything, it showed much better what was going on. Not this. But anyways, we'll continue. Let's just skip through it. The before part, because you already saw that. But what I think is interesting is, from this graphic of 3 Before Joy, we have the number 444 right underneath the bottom of it. So let's just continue on, because you've already heard this, I already told you, so I don't need to tell you again. So let's just skip along here. And try and get to that. Alright, we'll kind of go back to here. Alright, here we go. For the Son of Man, because when I looked at my phone, okay, so right after it said 3 Before Joy, stand before the Son of Man. After God said 3 Before Joy, stand before the Son of Man, and I immediately reached over and grabbed my phone. Okay, so let's. I miss speaking in here. This is horrible. Okay, let's try again. I was just so overwhelmed with this. 3 Before Joy, stand before the Son of Man. Because when I looked at my phone, okay, so right after it said, after God said 3 Before Joy, stand before the Son of Man. I woke up, and I immediately reached over and grabbed my phone, and the time was 4:44. joy, stand before the Son of Man.
He is alive. He is alive. Death is overcome. Death is overcome. Oh, there's no one like you, Jesus. No one like you, Jesus. We're in love with you. We're in love with you, Jesus. Jesus.
I gasped for air when I grabbed the phone, and I saw that it was 4:44. So this was all happening in a matter of seconds.
We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah. We
Up
sing
for joy,
hallelujah.
stand before the Son of Man.
Man is overcome. We sing hallelujah. We sing hallelujah.
I wake up,
We sing
just shaking. I'm like, what's going on? And so I grab my phone
We sing
as best I can. Remember, I have very little strength. I can barely hold the phone. I'm about to drop it. And I look at my phone and it says 4:44 and I go like that. Okay, I just go like that, really loud. Just really loud. And I wake Edith up. Okay? And Edith is going, what's going on? What's going on? What's wrong? You know, she's like, what's up? You know, she's thinking of burglars in the house or something's going wrong, you know, like fire, house is on fire or something. What's up? But I'm like, I just had a dream about 3-4 joy, stand before the Son of Man, and the time is 4:44. She's like, okay, whatever. Good night. She doesn't care. She's like, whatever. To her, it was completely meaningless, didn't mean a thing.
Every curse is broken. Every curse is broken. There is healing in this place tonight. Healing for your hearts. We glorify you. We magnify you, King of glory, our King.
But you can see how she probably wasn't connecting the before and the before and the intense meaning of all this stuff. Because this is what this is all about. Watch ye therefore and pray, that ye may be counted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and stand before the Son of Man. Because as a snare it will come on all of them that dwell in the whole earth. So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to watch. Are we watching? What are we watching? And we're supposed to pray always. We're supposed to watch and pray always. Okay, so watching does mean looking up in the sky and the signs that God is giving us. He did say there would be signs. We're supposed to know. So there we go. Okay, so that's pretty intense. I put that in there because it helps. Excuse me. It helps a little bit to describe what was happening to me when God told me 3 before Joy stand for the Son of Man. That was really intense. That was strong emotions, and I was shaking inside. I couldn't even. My muscles were just. I was amazed I could pick up the phone. The phone was like 10,000 pounds to me. I was numb. I was a limp noodle. I mean, I was. When God talks to you, man, it knocks you down, man. There's no way around it. There's power in that. And I just gone through all the boring stuff to try to explain a little bit. I could have made it a lot more boring. Believe me, there's a lot of data involved to explain and show you that there was alignments with the sun and the moon and stars and everything, and it hooks into this Revelation 23rd 2017 sign. And I think that that is the sign of the birth of Jesus, and we could expect when he's caught up to heaven, according to Revelation 12:4, that would have been we get caught up to heaven. Jesus was caught up to heaven after the cross, okay? And we're one in Christ. And so I think, based on however long Jesus lived, that we'll be caught up to heaven at about that time period. So probably around 2048, 2049, 2015, I think that's about when the rapture is going to happen. I don't know this for a fact. It's a theory. It's just a theory. Okay, I don't know. But everything seems to be looking like that. And I think this is critical information I need to get out to people. And there's a connection to 3 Before Joy and Yanni that I've been getting. And I have just barely scratched the surface of everything that's going on. There's so much other stuff that I haven't even talked about. Like I said, I have hundreds and hundreds of videos regarding all this stuff. And actually, I'm not going to go there, but I got lots and lots and lots of stuff. And a lot of these number kind of things, like what I discovered today, like the dream happened 2,222 days before Yanni's birthday in the year 2022. Okay. Van Johnson hooks into this stuff. When Van Johnson passed on September 27, 2017, that's exactly 1 year after the video that Dominique did with her phone and the solar noon stuff. And there's some things about that happened with Van Johnson's passing that hooked together with all this, and different numbers and that. And that hooks into Yanni. Van Johnson's birthday was one day before Yanni's, and Lauren's birthday, she's the Nightingale lady, she sings for Yanni. Her birthday same day, and her mother's same day. You know, there's a lot of numbers that connect. 1,000, the road marker video. I mean, I haven't shown you that one. So I'm driving along. All right. I don't hear it. Why don't I hear it? Something's wrong. Anyways, it turns out, without my even knowing it, okay, hold on. Okay, why isn't it working right? Oh, forget it. If it doesn't want to work, I guess I'll do it another time. There's a whole road marker thing that was going on at oh, I'm lost here. Sorry. Okay, it was 777.5 miles on this trip. I was coming back from Las Vegas. I did Christmas down there with my sisters. Okay, and so it's, the date you can see is 2015, January 10th. And I had a feeling something was going to happen. And as I passed the 44th road marker, right when I got 777.7 miles, okay, did you see what happened? In my video, I didn't even know this was happening. It's at 1 minute and 11 seconds. That's the same time that Dominique held up. That's when Solar Noon was Dominique. I didn't even know Dominique at this point. This happened. Oh gosh. Okay, and it's January 11th in Jerusalem. Here it's January 10th. So 2015, 01 January, and then 10 is the date, and then it was at 14 or 1600 hours, which is 4:38 and 38 minutes and 38 seconds according to the time code on the camera. But that's on the phone, but that's different than what's on my clock radios, you'll see. And then right over here, as this is happening, it's changing to 440, and it's 114 when it's 440. And right here, you can barely see it, is the 44th road marker coming in to play. Okay, that's the 44th road marker going by. It all happened in some weird synchronicity, and there's a lot more to this than just that. Oh boy, there's a lot more to this than just that. This happened on a date. What happened is I was just driving down the road, and I had a feeling, I saw this number, it was going to turn 777. Okay, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've been getting synchronicities, I better record this, something might happen. Okay, and I have no idea why I don't have any volume. So I'm just driving down the road, went past 43 third road marker, and I'm like, what's going on? Something going to happen, and then it happens. Get up here, and then there it happens. It changes to 440. I passed the 44th road marker all at once in 4.4 seconds. Okay, and if you add up 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, okay, all right. If you add these numbers up, 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals 28. Then you add up, oops, come on, 4 plus 4 plus 0, that's another 8, so 8 plus 28, that's 36. And then as it passed the 44th road marker, which you couldn't see go by very well, it was a 4 and a 4. That's another 8. 8 plus 36 is 44. So if you add up all the significant numbers, they equal 44. And on my, I even have it on my home screen. Okay, there's the 44th road marker right there on my home screen. I went out and took a picture of it. Okay. So, anyways, there's a lot going on, and if I show you again, my birthday is January 25th, 1974. I'll just do this. You got to see it. The date of the date I passed the road marker. Whoops. Remember, I was born January 25th, 1974. So that means I'll be 44 in 2018. I'm now 46. Okay, how many days between when I pass the road marker and my birthday? $1,111 days. Okay. Let's go the other direction. Let's put this date over here. So when I pass the road marker. And let's put it into the turning point of Yanni's career. The Acropolis concert. September 25th, 1993. That's when the concert was. $7,777 days. Okay. There's a lot of connections going on here. And that's just the beginning of it. There's so much more. Alright, well, thanks for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.